So I made 8 Minecraft mods that completely break the game. In every mod I had one goal: find a diamond. If I succeed, I get a point. If I fail, the mods get the point. And trust me, these mods get more and more chaotic as the video goes on. The first mod I made makes the player smaller and smaller every 10 seconds. Alright, so we had the countdown at the top, showing how small we were getting. I started off like usual. I grabbed some wood, made the basic tools and picked up some cobblestone. I barely managed to jump out of the hole I was mining in, and I could already feel that I was getting smaller. Then by crafting, I realized I couldn't even jump one block high anymore. And that's when things started getting tricky. I actually had to think about where I moved, because if I fell into the wrong place, I wasn't getting out. So I headed toward the frozen river and just started sprinting across it like a maniac, trying to make progress before I get even smaller. After that, I decided to try my luck underwater, hoping I might find a cave. And that's when I noticed something really weird. Because I was so small, I could actually see through the blocks. So I spotted a cave and started heading toward it. By this point, a 1x1 tunnel was more than enough for me, so moving around actually became easier. Eventually, I came across a chest with some loot, which helped a bit, and not long after that, I finally found the proper cave. But of course, I took a huge fall on the way down. Now I was low on HP and I had no food. Tried to move carefully and avoid any more fall damage. Then I started exploring the cave and somehow I found a diamond. But there was a problem. I only had a stone pickaxe, so now I needed iron and I needed it fast. The issue was I couldn't even get out of the hole anymore, so instead I just started mining around, hoping I would find something. And eventually I did find iron. But of course I couldn't reach it, so I came up with an idea. Maybe I could use a half block to get higher. I quickly crafted one, placed it down and managed to jump on top of it. But still, it wasn't enough. So at this point I was just jumping around like an idiot, until somehow I finally managed to reach it and mine it. But yeah, it was only one piece. So my only option was to keep going, and I started digging toward the water, hoping I could escape that way. I managed to swim out and kept searching for iron, but then a zombie spotted me and I died. So there is 1 point for the mods. For the next mod, I did the opposite. Yeah, I know, very creative. Now my character grew bigger every 10 seconds. I created a new world first, I grabbed some wood, made a pickaxe and a shovel and tried to mine some cobblestone. But I was already too big for a 1x1 tunnel, so I had to mine in 2x2. Finally, get some cobblestone and jumped out. Made some basic tools, then went exploring. I was only level 13, but I was already huge. Then I found some iron, tried to kill a sheep. Unfortunately, I was too big. I couldn't even reach it. Found a cave, went down to get materials, and yeah, I got stuck. Couldn't get out. After a few more growth levels, I finally jumped out. Next idea was to find a village, but I keep getting stuck on trees, so I made a crafting table and placed it on a tree, because I couldn't even reach the ground anymore. Then I made a boat, because I thought I could just travel on water. Found the river, jumped in, placed the boat, somehow got in, pressed shift by accident, got out, and drowned. So that made it 2-0 for the mods. The third mod I made was actually pretty interesting. The idea was simple. Blocks were alive. They could move, and if I tried to mine them, they ran away. So I spawned into the world, and immediately blocks were just jumping around me. Since I spawned in the desert, there were no trees anywhere, so I had to start searching, and honestly, everything already looked chaotic. After a while, I finally found a tree, but the moment I tried to mine it, it just jumped away. Eventually, after chasing it around for a while, I managed to get a few blocks. Then I crafted a crafting table and made the usual basics tools. But when I tried to pick the crafting table back up, it just ran away from me. At this point, nothing in this world wanted to cooperate, so I decided to find a cave, even though the whole world still looked completely insane. Then I found a cave and went down, but mining was a nightmare. Every block I tried to break just ran away, and even when I managed to get something, it was only stone, which meant I couldn't upgrade my tools. Then I finally found some iron, but I couldn't mine the ore properly. I could only pick up the whole block, so I just keep exploring. And deep underground, I found a massive cave system, but there was one problem. I couldn't get down. I tried to carefully make my way lower, but then the block under me jumped away and I fell. And just like that, it was 3-0 for the mods. The next idea I had was that every mob in the game would be an ender dragon. Yeah, very fair. So I spawned into the world and instantly destroyed my PC. I was getting like 1 frame per second, and frame by frame I could see more and more ender dragons spawning in. So I made a quick change to the mod. Now only enemy mobs and animals like sheep, cows, pigs and wolves would turn into ender dragons. That helped a lot, and the game finally became somewhat playable. So I spawned in again, and immediately there was a dragon right in front of me. I quickly tried to grab some wood, but one of the dragons attacked me, knocked me back and I died. I felt incredibly unlucky, so I gave it another try. I respawned, got gathered some wood and dug a hole to hide in, so I could start crafting. But of course, a dragon attacked again and exposed my hiding spot. So I panicked and jumped into a cave nearby, which was already flooded with water. I just started searching for anything that could help. Then I found diamonds, but of course I couldn't mine them, because I had nothing to mine with. Then things got even worse. The entire cave started flooding, and my game kept lagging more and more. And then I came face to face with a dragon inside the cave, and it killed me. So it's just like that. It was 4-0 for the mods. Okay, so this next one will hopefully be in my favor. The idea was that I would have 100 clones, and they would do exactly what I do. If I break a block, they break it too. If I place something, they place it too. You can't really see anything because of them, but whatever. As usual, I got some wood, I made a crafting table, then we placed 100 of them. I made some basic tools, then I realized they break blocks instantly. So I used that to my advantage by mining. My inventory filled up with cobblestone pretty quickly, but we also found iron. So once again, we placed 100 furnaces, smelted the iron, and made one iron pickaxe. Then we continued mining. Torches were a bit of problem, because even we placed 100 of them, they instantly broke them. After a few minutes, we managed to mine a pretty deep tunnel, but since there were thousands of cobblestone on the ground, my game started lagging, so I had to delete them with a command. Then slime started spawning, so we moved and kept mining somewhere else. My biggest fear was that I would never find diamonds, because of my clones would instantly break them, but luckily we actually found some. So now the score is 4-1. This next mod will hopefully also be in our favor. The idea was every block in the world is completely random. We spawned in and the world already looked pretty weird. Everything was super colorful. We managed to find some wood, so I made the usual starter tools. Then I started exploring and looking for iron. I thought I would probably find some on the surface. As you can see, there were diamond blocks everywhere, but I couldn't mine them because I didn't have an iron pickaxe. Eventually, I couldn't really find anything on the surface, so I went down into the cave. But I still couldn't find any iron, and the game started lagging more and more. Sometimes I couldn't even break a blocks, and creepers wouldn't explode. Then I came back up and noticed something strange. The virgination was kinda broken. Some chunks were completely normal, so I made a boat with the goal of finding a village. I actually found one, but for some reason, the game wouldn't let me get close. My character just kept glitching in a place, so I kept searching. The plan was to find a normally generated chunk and hopefully get iron from there. And it actually worked, but I only found 2 pieces, so I kept going. Eventually, I went down into another cave and finally found some iron. I made an iron pickaxe, then mined a diamond block. And now the score is 2-4. The next mod makes every block disappear 2 seconds after I step on it. We spawned into the world and immediately started moving. I ran around the trees so I could break it. Then I made the usual starter tools, but while crafting, I kept going deeper and deeper. At the point I thought, I'm already this deep, I might well keep going and maybe find a cave. I also collected some stone along the way. Eventually, I fell into a cave. Luckily, it wasn't a big fall, so I survived. I started exploring and I actually find some iron. But the creeper interrupted me. In the end, it actually helped me mine the 3rd iron ore. So now, I only needed diamonds. On the way, I grabbed some coal, made a furnace, and started smelting the iron. While I was waiting, a baby zombie found me and we got into a fight. And then it killed me. So the mods win. Score is now 2-5. For this mod, I didn't give myself much of a chance, but let's try it anyway. Every second, 10 to 20 lightning bolts strike around the player. I spawned in the jungle, which, thanks to the lightning, caught on fire pretty quickly. I tried to gather some wood, but lightning keeps striking me constantly, and I died. I tried multiple times, but every single attempt ended the same way within seconds. In the end, the mods won 6-2. If you have any ideas for what mod should I make next, leave it in the comments.